For today's video, we got some more Fortnite, and in this one, I'm going to be showing you the castle I created in Stonewood. The main reason I wanted to show you all this build is because, for one, I put a lot of hours into making it. Also, when we do the Stonewood Storm Shield Defense number 9, we may not be able to use all of the traps, and you probably wouldn't be able to get to see the entire thing, so I went ahead and decided to show you the entire castle in this video. Another reason why I wanted to upload it is because I have almost everything done except for one part, which is over here. I have everything in place except for the traps over here, and I wanted you all to tell me which traps to use. So that was another reason why I wanted to show you all my build. I wanted you all to help take part in creating it by telling me what traps to use. Also, if y'all have any suggestions or anything like that, be sure to let me know in the comments. Alright, so first off, we're going to start with the storm shield itself. And right now we're directly above the storm shield, and this is one of the highest points in my castle. You can see Amplifier A over there in the distance. You can see Amplifier C over there in the distance. You can see Amplifier B. You can't really see Amplifier D from here, but that's all the way off in the distance as well. Alright, so here's what the front of my storm shield looks like. When you first start in Stonewood, I believe enemies can spawn towards the west, towards the south, and towards the east. But after you unlock Amplifier A and Amplifier B, it seems like the enemies mainly spawn from the east when it comes to the storm shield. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how we get to the top. I have a bunch of these jump pads to help you get up there quickly, and then after we get to the top, I'll show you what it looks like on the inside, as well as how we defended it from the east. So this is how you get to the top of my castle, and here's the view of what it looks like from up top. And yeah, first we're gonna start off with showing you how I defend from the east. We basically have like a maze over here. So yeah, the enemies usually spawn out here towards the east, and looking at it from the husk perspective, they'll enter through here, and you can see we have a little maze set up with some wall dynamos, wall darts, wall launchers, as well as ceiling electric field traps. And the way that I set it up was I made sure that there was no more than 2 tiles between every opening, to try to prevent enemies from breaking through the walls instead of walking through the maze. But yeah, that's one area where enemies can enter the maze. There's also another opening over here where they can enter the maze as well. And you can see we get more retractable floor spikes, wall darts, wall launchers, wall dynamos, and ceiling electric traps. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just set up a maze over here, lots of traps. And I doubt they'll make it this far, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you the rest of the storm shield. You can enter this way, and if they ever make it this far, they'll just get pushed off with the wall launchers and get stuck down here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the rest of the storm shield, and then we'll move on to the next amplifier. So yeah, that's what it looks like on the inside of my storm shield. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next amplifier. Next up, we're going to take a look at Amplifier A, which is towards the west. And this is probably one of the best spots in the castle. For those who don't know, enemies usually spawn out here in front of Amplifier A, and we have 2 openings. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like from back here though. So yeah, here's what Amplifier A looks like from the husk perspective. And again, usually they spawn out here, and again, I left 2 openings, so if they decide to go this way, they'll run into some traps, and if they go this way, they'll run into some more traps. And this one's sort of like a smaller maze. I left a bunch of openings so they could move through and get hit with all of my traps. We have nothing but gas ceiling traps over here, so this is like a little gas chamber. So yeah, we basically have like 3 entrances on this side. They could enter this way, and they'll probably end up going in this direction because Amplifier A is located right there. On this side, you could also enter from this direction, and they'll probably have to go around here and then come back and you can also enter from this direction as well. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up for this side of Amplifier A. So yeah, as for the other entrance on Amplifier A, I'm gonna just quickly run through it. You can see all the traps we're using though, and we have a lot of them. But one thing I wanted to point out about this build around Amplifier A is that we have a lot of good lines of sight. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of them now. From here you'll be able to shoot the enemies as soon as they spawn. I also put a little sniper tower up here as well, and we also have a bridge that connects the two sniper towers. So again, if they're running out here in front of Amplifier A, we can take them out, and we'll go ahead and run to the other side as well. But yeah, these towers are probably the thing I like most about this build around Amplifier A. And yeah, that pretty much sums up how I built around this amplifier. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Amplifier B. Now, as far as I know, there's only one spawn location for Amplifier B once you get to the higher defense levels. So here's what it looks like from the Husk enemy spawn location looking at Amplifier B. And they'll usually enter one of two ways. They'll either go in this direction, or they'll jump down here and go in this direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like from the Husk perspective. I built the tower here as well in case people want to kill the enemies from up there. And you can see all of the traps that we use down here. I'm not going to go into detail over that. But basically, we're going to try to kill the enemies before they get to Amplifier B. Again, this is one of the directions they'll take, and they'll try to get to Amplifier B that way. I also wanted to show you how I built around the other direction they'll take. And for this one, I finished everything except I didn't place all of the traps. I was kind of wanting your all's input. Would you all rather see a trap that had nothing but wall darts on these walls, or would y'all be interested in seeing a trap that has nothing but floor launchers and wall launchers? Let me know in the comments which one you all would prefer. But yeah, here's another path that the enemies will take in order to get to Amplifier B. And as you can see, I've already put down a bunch of floor launchers, and again, I couldn't decide whether to use wall darts or wall launchers. So let me know which ones y'all would prefer seeing before we do storm defense number 9. But yeah, usually they'll go this way and they'll come down here and try to get the Amplifier B that way. So that's how we defended Amplifier B. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I built this little tower. We can go up to the second level using stairs or by using this jump pad. And again, from here you can get a slightly good view of the enemies that are going to be coming through this way, and you can also kind of see enemies coming through this way. You probably get a better view from over here though. And again, we have stairs to help you get up to the top, so we're going to go ahead and move up a little bit more. You can see it from here, and we move up to the very top, and you can see it from here. So yeah, that's how I built around Amplifier B. A couple of other things I should point out before we move on to the next amplifier is that I did put a bridge between the storm shield and Amplifier B. And another thing I did was I put a jump pad right here for those who want to jump up to this sniper tower that I have up here. So yeah, that pretty much sums up this amplifier. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And I guess the next one we'll take a look at is Amplifier C. And I've already showed Amplifier C before, so I'm just going to quickly run through it. This is the one that has the Flytrap. And I guess the only thing I'm going to show is that I do have an upper level to give you a good view of the enemies when they get launched up with these floor launchers. And you can take them out from here. You can see them getting taken out with traps from here. That was one thing I wanted to point out. We also have a couple views up here as well. Like I mentioned in the previous video, enemies can sometimes spawn out here, so we have a nice little vantage point from up here. When it comes to Amplifier C, enemies can also spawn down here in the earlier defenses. Sometimes they'll spawn down here by this amplifier. And basically what I wanted to do at this point was to build a stair trap, a bunch of traps on these stairs right here. But I think this might not work because when enemies spawn down here, it's gonna destroy whatever you have built. So that's why I didn't fully upgrade these stairs. and I'm gonna be testing it out in the next defense. But yeah, here's what Amplifier C looks like from the south. And if they do come from this direction, I have a bunch of traps to try to kill them. But if they come from the other direction, they're probably gonna get killed with my Flytrap. And yeah, basically it's just like a long hallway with a bunch of traps in it. Really excited to see what this does when we do our next defense. And yeah, the last amplifier I wanted to show you all was Amplifier D, which is over here. Sometimes enemies will also spawn down here by this amplifier to go towards D, and usually what they do is they'll run up this hill, and I left this open so they could get through. And basically I put 2 tunnels here with wall darts and ceiling zappers and floor spikes, and they can try to get to the amplifier this way. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really sure how to build around Amplifier D. I think this is the new amplifier I haven't tried yet. So with that being said, I basically put funnels everywhere. Now we also have 2 funnels that are facing the south near Amplifier D. And again, I put these here because I wasn't sure where the enemies will spawn. But one other thing that I did is, again, enemies will sometimes spawn down here where I put these stairs at, and sometimes they'll go up this hill. So another thing I did was I cut out this wall and I put a small funnel here that leads to these other 2 funnels. Another thing I noticed is that you can actually go up this hill, and I didn't want them to attack this wall here, so I fortified this wall, and I figured the enemies would try to go in through this way. So I also put a funnel around here as well. And again, this also leads to Amplifier D. Not really a whole lot of good vantage points on this amplifier, but again, I wasn't really sure where the enemy spawned from. So basically that's why I put funnels in almost every direction around this amplifier. But yeah guys, that pretty much sums up how I built my castle in Stonewood. Took me a couple of weeks to make it, so if y'all enjoyed it or found it useful, don't forget to do what you do and let me know which traps you would like to see in this area over here, whether it be wall darts or wall launchers. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm A1. Thanks for watching.